as far as the MVP race, I think I, show what I'm capable of doing. Not only individually, but from a team's perspective, us being number one in the West. There was a lot of conversation about, LeBron can do those things in the East, but if he ever came to the West, what can he do? So, I heard all of that, and to be able to have our team at the top of the Western Conference and playing the way that we were playing at that time and the way I was playing, that's definitely a good feeling. It's 2020. Nothing is normal in 2020. Nothing seems as is, and who knows if it'll ever go back to the way it was, who knows, but you make the adjustments and you figure it out along the way. That's what life is all about. Life throws you curveballs sometimes, and it's how you not only approach it, but how you appreciate it as well. So nothing is normal, but what is the same is that floor we just came off of, my teammates, and what we have, what we're here to do, and that's to lock in, stay focused, and go about this ride, accordingly. So, but it's 2020, so it's different. It's different from the vision of 2020. It's not that clear. They are a part of this family, just as big as anybody in this organization history. So we still wear, 2, 4, and 8, and the number 2 with pride and with remembrance of how great they were. Never be afraid of conflict. Good conflict, positive conflict that can create change. And what John Lewis was able to do in his tenure and his time, not only in the civil rights movement, but also being in Georgia, being in the city of Atlanta, and the things that he stood for, what he preached, what he stand for every single day. I think it just hit homes not only in the areas that he was in, but for Black America all over the world. So obviously it was a sad day for all of us hearing that news from such a legend. But when you do the things that you do while you're living, your name will last forever and your legacy will live forever. So, my prayers and my thoughts goes out to his family, and my thoughts and prayers goes up to the heavens above and my mother. It's the first time in my life that I went that long without seeing my mom. I hadn't seen my mom since All-Star Weekend, and then I saw her 2 weeks or 3 weeks before we had to report to our respective cities. So that was extreme for me. Being obviously you guys know my story, being coming from a single parent household, being the only child. My mother was 16 when she had me, and for me to be away from her for that long, she was like, I'm not leaving Akron, I'm not getting on the plane, I'm not, just in due time. My mom kept me sane, because she said, in due time, we'll join back again. So, but that's the only thing that I really missed.